Hey everybody, welcome back. Hope it's a good day for me, blah, blah, blah. Let's get into the talk. Beverly Hills, Giorgio Beverly Hills Red for men. First off, I like the bottle. The cap's a little, wish the cap was just black. And it's cheaper plastic. It's not the cheapest plastic, but it's cheap plastic. I wish it was just black without the flakes. Instead of this kind of charcoal with silver flakes. But it's nice the atomizer, man. Old school. Look at the size of that atomizer. That's old school, man. Old school atomizer. Uh, Decent atomizer too. Strong atomizer. Puts out a lot of juice. Yeah, I like it. I like the color of the fragrance. It's like a ambery orange, ambery red, more to the orange side. Uh, what a nice fragrance. Yeah, some of the notes: leather, oak moss, artemisia, amber, caraway, carnation, patchouli. Lots of floral spices. Woods. It's like most classic 80s, 90s fragrances. Tons of notes, and you're not going to pick up, you know, three quarters of them to tell you the truth. For most people, some people can, but I ain't that good. I pick up the main players. And let's get into what I smell. Uh, you know, right off the beginning, it's a soft, slightly sweet, suede-like leather with, there's a bit of warmth there. Not quite sweet. There's a hint of sweetness there, but not overly sweet. Some warm spices. Like I said, ever so sweet. The caraway kind of carnation and amber combo coming from the top into the mid. It's just, yeah, right. It's like I said, it's a slightly smoky suede leather, like warm amber, spicy, sweet kind of vibe. A very nice, oh my God. And that's kind of the top and the top and the mid. Then you're coming down into the base. You're keeping that warm, spicy, ambery, slightly sweet feeling. But you pick up like a green, mossy, woody base of patchouli and cedar. To me, this is a slightly warm, spicy, soft, sweet amber leather fragrance. I mean, it is what it is. A little bit of woods. It's not a complicated fragrance by any stretch of the word. And it's not like super old school. It's got some old school elements, especially you get halfway to the mid and the dry down. It starts to become a little, shall we say, a little barbershoppy, patchouli heavy barbershop type fragrance. But never at any point did I smell this and think, man, it smells like an old man. That smells dated. Anything like that. It is extremely wearable today. Something I think young men could pull off very easily. Nothing, like I said, too dated, old manish about it. It gives you a warm, spicy, underlying soft amber-like sweetness with a nice woody patchouli base. It'll help you stand out in a good way in a sea of these overly sweet, bubblegummy, sugary, fruity kind of fragrances or blue, modern blue type fragrances. It's kind of a more, I know it's going to be weird to say, it's kind of like 89, 90, somewhere around there, late 80s, early 90s. But it's kind of a more modern take on the classic fragrances from old, in my opinion. Like I said, it's very nice. It's definitely got, like I said, a bit of that barbershoppy kind of, a little bit of powdery vibe to it, cleanliness, all that stuff. But to me, like I said, you're picking up the warm amber spice combo, and the patchouli is there, giving it a bit of a earthy, slightly dank, but mostly earthy, woody kind of vibe. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. Just gorgeous. How I applied it, I went with 2 in my moisturizer, 2 on my neck, 1 on my chest, shirt on, 2 on the shirt, 1 in each crick of the elbow. So a good amount, but I got a decent performance out of it. I got about 7 hours on the skin, about eight or so on the shirt. First 2 hours, projects pretty good, arm's length out there, a little more. Comes in, gives you a nice bubble for 3.5 hours. You're picking up whiffs and wafts. You're leaving a nice trail. Now it's a decent skin scent, then it's a light skin scent, time to reapply. One compliment wearing it, again from my coffee girl. She asked what I was wearing. She said she actually said she really liked that one. Oh, I really like that one. I said, yeah. And like I said, is it going to win any awards or anything? No. Does it smell like preferred stock? It has for the first, I'd say half hour or so, it smells very similar to preferred stock, but then it starts to change. Like I said, the preferred stock doesn't really have that amber-like sweetness or that smoky leather. This has that, and the spices and stuff. So well, I can see why people say it smells like preferred stock within the first 20 minutes, half hour, somewhere around there. It still has a bit of preferred stock to it, but it's its own thing, 100%. Like, it is so nice, smoky, woody, warm, spicy, patchouli, barbershoppy almost type vibe. So it's really nice, guys, really nice. I like getting pleasantly surprised. I've said it before, I'll say it again. When I get pleasantly surprised by a fragrance, and I wasn't expecting much from this. I love preferred stock, so I was expecting to at least like it. But it's not, like I said, just a preferred stock kind of fragrance. It has its moments, but it's its own thing, and I'm pleasantly surprised by the scent, the quality, the performance for like $18, I think it was, or $15, somewhere around there. It doesn't smell, it hits way above its punchy weight, you know what I mean? It doesn't smell cheap. Now, I hear a lot of guys, especially younger guys, saying that this is niche quality, it smells like a niche fragrance. Again, I jokingly said in my first impression, but I'm serious. I think that's just a lot of young guys not knowing what stuff like this and preferred stock and a lot of the older fragrances, the ones that aren't super popular still, like, you know, like your Azzaros and stuff, your barbershops, not knowing what some of this stuff. Now, I never had this as a kid. This was pretty much before my time too. I mean, I was around, but I wasn't really super into fragrances, wearing them or anything. And I should say that I think I was into fragrances, but this was something that wasn't on my radar. And yeah, so it's what I'm saying. It's not a niche fragrance, guys. I think they're just confusing good quality and a different kind of smell as being niche. Quality-wise, though, like I said, I wouldn't call it niche, but it's up there with some of your heavy hitter, your designers, your Paco Rabannes, your Coach, your Pradas, you know, that kind of quality, really good quality. And performance, like I said, 7-8 hours. I mean, it's great. Now, I know every time you do an old fragrance, the old stuff was way better. Okay, fine, but this is what you can get now. This is what I have, and that's what it does. Don't care about the old stuff. Find a bottle of it, of course I'd buy it, but for a decent price. But this is fine just the way it is. The performance is fine. The smell is fine. All that stuff. Yeah, what else? I can't say anything else, guys. That's pretty much it. It's a nice, warm, spicy, barbershoppy, somewhat barbershoppy. It's not just a barbershop, but somewhat barbershoppy, patchouli-based fragrance. A little bit of smoky leather. It's just gorgeous. It honestly is. If you're into old school, but you're a little afraid to, or if you want to get in, if you're into old school, get it. If you want to get into old school, but you're afraid it might smell a little too old manish, a little too old, a little too dated, get this, try this. This would be one of the first ones I'd recommend for somebody just dipping their toes into the old school to give it a try to see if you're going to like it. This kind of checks a lot of the boxes, gives you a little bit of everything from an old school fragrance, and does it really well. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Tell me what you think. You own it, you like it, you don't like it, all that stuff. You know, we're allowed to disagree. I always say that, and it's cool. But, yeah, peace, love, be good to each other, and be good to yourselves.